Welcome. Today we are turning towards relationships and what begins to restore the flow within them. Life itself is the deepest systemic truth, and within that truth, healing deepens through acknowledging our actions. In relationships, it's not only what happens that creates tension. It is what remains unspoken. When something is not acknowledged, it stays present in the system, even if nothing is said. There is something powerful in naming what is true. Not dramatically, not forcefully, simply and clearly. There is a difference between softening language and speaking what is accurate. When something is named as it is, the system begins to reorganize. You might ask, is there something in one of my relationships that is still waiting to be acknowledged? And just reflect on that. And if it feels right, speak one simple truth or write it. Let it be clear. Let it be grounded. And you don't have to acknowledge your actions towards others to start with. Just start with acknowledging it to yourself. That allows movement for the next step. Relationships shift in subtle ways. Thank you for bringing your attention here, and thank you for walking through this with me and for meeting yourself in this way. If this resonates, you may feel drawn to continue exploring through the wisdom of the family soul cards and the spaces where this work is held. Take what resonates and let the rest unfold in its own time. I'll see you again soon. And for that to happen, please subscribe, click a like, and share this with a friend who may also want to feel this resonance with you. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be safe. Welcome back. Today we are expanding acknowledgement of our actions into leadership. And what role does acknowledgement play within it? Life itself is the deepest systemic truth, and within that truth, healing happens when we acknowledge our actions. Leadership brings impact, and with impact comes responsibility. And there can be a tendency to protect authority by avoiding what feels uncomfortable to name. Yet, something very different happens when there is clarity. When a leader can acknowledge what is true without defensiveness, without over-explaining, something stabilizes. Trust begins to form, not through perfection, but through accuracy. When something is simply named, people begin to settle because what they are sensing is also being seen. And you might ask, where in my leadership could clarity bring more stability than control? Consider one area this week where you can bring simple, grounded acknowledgement. Leadership does not ask for perfection. It asks for presence. Leadership does not ask for perfection. It asks for presence. Thank you for walking through this with me and meeting yourself in this way. If this resonates, you may feel drawn to continue exploring through the wisdom of the family soul cards and the spaces where this work is held. Take what resonates and let the rest unfold in its own time. I'll see you again soon. At least I hope that you will come back here. And to do so, please subscribe, like, share with your friends. And until I see you in the next reflection, be safe. Welcome. Today, I want to look at allowing ourselves to be seen. Let's turn towards something very human, the experience of being seen. Life itself is the deepest systemic truth, and within that truth, healing deepens through acknowledging our actions. To be seen clearly can feel vulnerable. We soften things, we adjust, we present a version that feels safer. Yet something within us knows what is actually true. Acknowledgement brings a kind of dignity, not because we become perfect, but because we become real. When something is no longer hidden, even just within ourselves, there is a quiet settling. You might ask, where am I still adjusting or softening what is true? Sit quietly for a moment and allow one truth to be present, just as it is. There's courage in this, and also a deep kind of freedom. Feel it. Thank you for walking through this with me and for meeting yourself in this way. If this resonates, you may feel drawn to continue exploring through the wisdom of the family soul cards and the spaces where this work is held. Take what resonates and let the rest unfold in its own time. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And for that to happen, please like, subscribe, and share if this is something that someone somewhere may resonate with as well. And until I see you in the final video, be safe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm wondering, what if acknowledging our actions becomes a living practice? As we come to the final reflection in the series, we are gently bringing this, acknowledging our actions, into daily life. Life itself is the deepest systemic truth, and within that truth, healing deepens when we acknowledge our actions, not with judgment, but with clarity. This is not something we arrive at once. It becomes a way of being, a quiet practice. Small acknowledgements over time begin to shift how we stand in life. There is less effort, less internal tension, and more alignment. Even noticing small moments, interrupting, withdrawing, avoiding, and allowing them to be seen, begins to create movement. You might ask, what would change if acknowledging my actions became part of my daily rhythm? At the end of each day, gently ask, where did I act today? And can I see it clearly? Nothing more is needed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for walking through this series and for meeting yourself in this way. If this resonates, you may find yourself drawn to continue working with these principles more deeply through the wisdom of the family soul cards and the spaces where this work is held. You will find some ideas underneath this video. And for now, just stay with what is unfolding. I'll see you again soon.